Hi there, this is Peter. Welcome to my video tutorial for lightsaber burn marks in Adobe After Effects. First of all, as you know, English is not my mother tongue, so I hope you will still be able to understand everything and follow my tutorial. Second, since my PC is not a piece of too high-end hardware, I decided to pre-render some of the stuff I'm going to show you, so I can view it faster to you. Okay, we're going to start right off the bat. Here I made a new composition. I just put the sounds already in it, but you won't need them for this tutorial, so don't bother. Then I placed this background image in it. It's a picture of rendered security door, and we want the lightsaber to cut through that. So what we need first is a lightsaber. We're doing this the Ryan Weaver style, so I don't have much to explain, I guess. Just made a new composition, and I kinda cheated because I used the beam effect for this lightsaber. You know, starting point, end point, I just animated those so I would get this lightsaber movement. Okay, that's the basic lightsaber. Okay, what we do now is, as you know, new adjustment layer, set it to multiply, make sure you have a dark background, a black background. Yeah, set the layer transfer mode to screen, not to multiply, sorry. Then add effect, fast blur of, yeah, like 15, whatever you like. Then duplicate it, not once, not twice, but thrice. Okay, set it to 30 and 60, so we get a nice glow. Okay, unlike I did, just make sure that your layers are also placed at the beginning of the composition. Okay. You know, that's the basic way to do a lightsaber. Okay, then I decided to use the wiggler and an adjustment layer with levels, where I used the wiggler to alter the light input to give it a little flicker. Okay, you can see yeah, it just makes a nice random flicker to the lightsaber. However, that's not the main goal of this tutorial, so yeah, don't bother. Okay, you see, I put this lightsaber in the composition, gave it a nice color balance of 60 red and green midtones and 50 red highlights and 40 green highlights with preserved luminosity to get a nice looking yellow lightsaber. Okay. What we're doing now is the really tricky thing, the burn mark. I just made a new composition, black background again, then made a new layer, a white layer. You can see this layer has two masks to it. The first mask, the green one, is a normal mask. It's just the shape of the cut we want. The second mask is the yellow one. It's set to subtract, and we're animating its shape to make it retract from the other mask. So you see what's going on. Okay, that's just to make sure it doesn't appear all at once, but it follows the lightsaber's movement. Okay, having done that, we're going to add a new adjustment layer and give it the effect, the source, distortion, and turbulent displace. We set this effect strength to 30, scale it down to 4, and set complexity to 8. Okay, this looks a lot more like a random burn mark. Okay, we're done with that actually. I'm going to place that in our first composition too. You can see that I set its transfer mode to add, and that I set the opacity down to 75, so it looks like this. Okay, that doesn't look too fancy, so we're going to make the wall melt around it. Just well, duplicate this composition. We're going to turn off this layer, and then we're going to make the masks wider. First we enter for both masks a soft edge of 4 pixels. Then we set the mask width of the first mask to 6, and for the second mask to 9, which will result in this. Okay, now we just turn on this layer again, and yeah, okay, again I misplaced those layers, so watch out for that. Okay, good, that's not strong enough, so we're going to set the strength to like 40. Okay, it doesn't change too much, so we're going to make the size, the scale 8, and yeah, just for the sake of funniness we're going to change the ovulation to 2. You don't need to do that, I just like that shape a bit more. Okay, now comes the real tricky part about it. I prepared this composition, it's the same as we did, so just zoomed in a bit. Okay, again, just going to repeat it. An adjustment layer with distortion, turbulent displays. 40, 8, 8, 2. Okay, again, placing it where it belongs. Okay, now comes the real tricky thing. We're making another layer, an adjustment layer, and we're giving this layer, first of all we're placing it the right place. Sorry. Then we're giving it the effect noise, fractal noise. Okay, you don't see too much, right? So we're setting this transfer mode to multiply. Well, you can play around with the fractal noise now. I just like, don't know, I like it a bit more random and to scale it down, so yeah, I'll just make it like this. Yeah, I think this looks okay. Well, what you do now is that we're going to colorize it using the levels, but you can use whichever technique you like. Just punch up the red and punch up the green and generally punch up the lights. Okay,